Hey guys, so I decided today I'm going to be reacting to your guys' confessions. I put something on my Instagram, a link to a Google form, and said submit your Valentine / date / romantic confessions for me to react to. So I'm gonna react to them now. I just need to get the form up. It's taking forever to load. Date, Valentine's, it's gonna be flipped. Story. I might try and put them here. I need to work out how to do that, but I'll try. I haven't read any of these prior, so yeah. This one was on a date with a nice guy and we were walking around town, but there wasn't anywhere we wanted to go. So we just walked around my small town for 3 hours without stopping. Oh, that's cute. I feel like I don't really know what to say. Like that's cute. Like, were you just walking, just talking, like, just walking? Anything else? Like, it's cute though. The second one is, one time a dude sent me a Valentine card and he wrote from secret admirer his name, and my self didn't know who that was from. Wait, so he wrote from a secret admirer and then wrote his name, and you still didn't realize it was him? That's, yeah, no offense, but that is like pretty dumb. One time for Valentine's Day, I thought I was being asked by this guy to be his Valentine, but he was asking the girl behind me. It was super awkward and I didn't go to that class the next day. Honestly, yeah, I wouldn't go either. Unlucky for you, but I feel so bad as well, because how do you like think it was you and it was the girl behind you? That's so... Made a card and homemade cookies for my crush, as well as note with a drawing, and signed it from blank, first initial of my name. Put it on his desk at school. He thought it was from another girl whose name started with the same letter as mine. She said it wasn't, but both said they had feelings. Now they've been dating for 2 years. I mean, I guess you could kind of say like you got them together, like at least you did something like nice in a way by getting them together, but that's probably like deserved a better guy if he clearly liked this girl and they'd worked out. I broke up with this dude 2 days before Valentine's. He had already bought chocolates, and the day of Valentine's had tried to give them to my best friend. My best friend said no, so he dropped them at my feet and said, "These are for you, whatever." He then got angry that I ate the chocolates and that I shared them with my friends. He could have just like ate them himself, like, or given them to someone that didn't know you guys, but he just chose to still give them to you. So that's his loss, really. Like, also, yeah, like, why would you not eat the chocolates? Like, chocolates are yum. Like, him getting angry at that, that's actually a red flag in itself, really. So I think he won by not staying with him. So I was going out with this guy for a year, but 4 months only of relationship. Huh? Oh, so you like knew him for a year, but you were only in a relationship for 4 months? I think that's what you mean. I don't really get the whole going out, unless you were friends before, I think. Valentine's on my country is at June. It was a Wednesday. I invited him to my place to eat pizza and see a couple movies. And the only thing he said was, "Sorry, I have class tomorrow." Cool. So like, I then talked to my best friend and invited him, who also has class and work the next day. We had dinner together. Alien pizza. Alien pizza? Okay, I want to see a picture of this pizza, because what is an alien pizza? Is it like a brand, or is it... That's got me intrigued. And saw Pocoyo together? Is that the name of the movie? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Amazing night, I love him. Well, everything with the other guy ended in less than a month after that. He's now dating a girl who looks just like me. Honestly, he like should have compromised and been like, "Oh, can we do something another day? I've got class." However, I do think it was kind of weird for you to invite another guy over while you're in a relationship. Like, personally, I wouldn't do that. Are you still seeing that other guy? I want to know if you're still seeing the guy, like the guy that you invited over instead of him. I don't know if that's good. And he's dating another girl who looks like you. Well, at least you can tell he has a type, I guess. I always find it weird when people like break up and then they go and date someone who looks almost exactly like them, like the ex. To me, that's kind of weird, but I get like some people have really specific types, but it's still really weird to me. Yeah, like I said, I do think, personally, I wouldn't invite someone over if I was talking to like one guy. I wouldn't invite another guy over, but you do you. Like, yeah. Every Valentine's there's accounts that expose people who cheated. I have some added so I can see if anyone I know gets exposed. I'm nosy like that. I mean, personally, I just don't have the time, but like, I get you, because drama is kind of interesting. Like, as long as I'm not in the drama, but like watching other people's drama is low-key interesting. And if you say otherwise, I know you're lying. Like, let's be real, we all like hearing a little bit of drama. Like, as long as it's not like too big, like, you know, it's interesting, keeps life interesting. I just said interesting like 5 million times, oh my gosh. But yeah, I've never been on one so cute. It's okay, me and you too. I mean, you know, it'll happen when it happens, eh? Like, this is a pretty good story, actually. Once I was using public transport, and in my country you have to pay a small amount of money to use public transport. Yeah, it's the same here. Or you have like a smart rider or whatever. It's affordable for everyone, and I sat next to a girl. I guess she figured I was going to school, or maybe not, but she paid for me and didn't let me give her the money back. It was such a small gesture, but it made me feel really good. She really made my day. I'll never forget that little moment. Stop, that's so cute. Like, it's all about the little things. This one time, myself and my friend were getting food, and we went through the drive-thru, and then we got told that the car in front of us paid for us, and I almost started crying. Like, it's such small detail, but it's like, such a small gesture. I don't know if detail's the right word, but it's so sweet, and it's just like makes my day. So I can imagine how something like that would have made your day. I love people. Like, I know there's a lot of bad people out there, but there's so many good people too. I was at a first date with a guy, Ethan, name drop. Not you name dropping. Although I know a lot of Ethans. I don't know who sent this in. This could have been anyone. Because I've known a lot of people who have dated people called Ethans. I thought it went really well. We hit it off immediately, and we were together for a year or so. The first time him and my mum met was at dinner for my birthday. He spent the night and we went to bed. I woke up sometime around 2 a.m. to get water and found him and my mother on the kitchen table together. He's been my stepdad for 3 months now. Happy Valentine's. Oh my gosh. That's... Oh, I couldn't... Oh, that's just so... Like... Oh. The thought of, like, even being with someone who's even, like, held hands with someone I'm related to grosses me out. So that's so... Oh, that's just... Wow. And, like, do you still, like, live with him? Or, like... Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry for you. When we were done eating dinner, he drove me to close to my house when I told him not to. My dad called us and I had to break up with him before we even ended the first date. That's... Okay, so my thing is, I get some people's parents are strict, but I'll never understand people who are like, oh, you have to break up with him before they even know him. Like, how old are you? Like, if he's driving Australia, so like driving age is like 17, so he'd be at least 17. And I don't know how recent this happened, but I feel like that's close enough to be an adult that you should be able to like go on dates and stuff. That's my opinion though, and again, I don't want to like judge anyone for how they parent, but my opinion is like, unless they give them a reason to be like, this person's a horrible person, I don't see why you can't. Again, that's just my view on that. A guy in one of my classes said he liked my pants, and I think I might be in love. Oh gosh, that is so real. Like, anytime a guy compliments me, I'm automatically like, wow, hi. That is so real. The only Valentine's gifts I've ever received have been from my parents. I mean, at least it's something, like, at least it's a gift. To be honest, I don't really like, I'm not a huge fan of Valentine's Day. Because I'd rather, like, if you love someone, I feel like you should show them any day. It doesn't have to be Valentine's Day, but that's just my opinion. And maybe that's just because I've never, like, you know, like, had anything special for Valentine's Day or anything. Friend Z didn't know how to break up with her boyfriend without sounding like a total B word. I don't know if I can say that without getting, like, the full word without YouTube taking it down. So she got friend R. Oh my gosh, what is with the friend Z, friend R? Like, so many codes. So she got friend R to break up with him for her while I had a sleepover at my house for the end of school year. It's not that crazy. No offense to your friend, but you get someone else to break up for you. Unless, like, that person's, like, a really, really horrible person. You know, you're kind of weak, in my opinion. No offense, but, like, break up with them yourself. Like, it's the same if people break up over text. Like, break up in person. Unless, like, you're long distance and don't have a chance to do that. Even then, you should, like, FaceTime at least. I feel like I've said it in my opinion a lot. It's because I don't really want to, like, offend anyone, because I understand why people do stuff, but I just disagree and think you're wrong sometimes. A guy asked me to be his Valentine? A guy asked me to be his Valentine, and then he stood me up because his girlfriend asked him out at the last minute. Wait, so he asked you to be his Valentine while he was in a relationship already? That's the biggest red flag ever. You should not be going out with someone else or asking someone else to be your Valentine if you're in a relationship. Unless it's like you're going out, like, with the guys or the girls or the gender of people you're not attracted to, and it's like a friend in times. You should not be going out with anyone but your partners or, like, crushes or whatever, situationship, whatever, on Valentine's Day, in a date or anything like that in general. It's, in my opinion, it's kind of a form of cheating. So, really, like, avoided a situation of that happening to you in the future. If he's willing to go out with you instead of his girlfriend. You know what I mean? He stares at me a lot, and when I had to play sport with his group, he kept saying, pass to me. Don't do that. Pass to me. And he cheered when I got it in while his mate just dabbed me up and he walked off. Once we're in art together and we have a washer to clean out canvases and I needed it, and his mate's brother pegged it at my head or didn't give it to me. And I picked back and he said stop and gave it to me. I was setting up on the rail and he came up behind me and leaned on it. My friend stared him and he walked off. He ended up liking my cousin. Okay, so ended up liking your cousin. To be honest though, I feel like telling people to not throw things at you is kind of just basic human decency. And I feel like I'm the same though. It's so hard to find people who are good guys, like, or good people that, like, someone will show me basic human decency, like telling someone else to stop hurting me, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, that's them saying they like me. So I get that, but rip for him ending up liking your cousin. Did your cousin end up liking him back? Or I want to know more about that. Actually, don't really. I just want to know if they ended up getting together or not. It's about crush. I want to tell you about mine. I have been crushing on this guy since 2020, and I don't know if he knows about it. 2020, that's a long time. What is it now? 2023? No, it's 2024, so 4 years. It's a long time to like someone and just be a crush. Honestly, you should tell them. Just tell them, like, what's the worst that's going to happen? They might not like you, he might not like you back, but he might. Like, that's a long time. And I don't know if he knows about it, does know, but pretend to not know, or he actually doesn't notice me at all. However, I always ask him to take pics with me after every semester ended, so, like, I have so many pics with him. Okay. I also gave him a pizza and a card saying I appreciated him in my life. Oh, that's sweet. Still, I never confess as I am so afraid of being rejected, but in my opinion, I think he should know that I like him because of all the hints. Yet, I think I'm okay with it and I'm trying to move on from him as well. Honestly, the whole, I think he should like him because of all the hints. I get it, like, you've done some really sweet gestures, but sometimes people are just blind. Like I said, I reckon you should tell him. Just tell him, like, you're trying to move on. But if you tell him and he rejects you, it might be a lot easier to move on. And if you tell him and he likes you, then it's a win for both of you guys. I went on a date with my now ex-boyfriend and my dad was in the same cinema. Oh, and my friends found us and followed us around town. I'll never get the finding out someone else is going to go on a date and following them around unless they ask you to make sure they're safe or whatever. It's kind of really a bad like invasion, and personally I want all my friends to be successful in their relationships. I would never do anything that was to try to sabotage them, and I know the intention might not be to try to sabotage them by following them, but I still reckon it's a bit weird. As for your dad being in the same cinema, that's so unlucky. But like, if it's someone you're gonna be with for a long time, I assume dad would eventually meet your dad, so like, oh well. Although it would be a bit awkward. Last year, a group of boys had one of them write "I love you" on a Valentine's card as a prank. I still don't really know why they did that. Because boys are dumb. Like, we don't actually need them. They're dumb, that's why. Why do boys do anything, honestly? I want a haircut because my hair's getting too long. So if you see me playing with my hair, please just like ignore it. One time at school, a guy was asking a girl to be his Valentine. But the girl behind her thought he was asking her, so she jumped and screamed yes and ran up and hugged him, and he had to get her off him. Oh, I feel so bad for her, but that's so embarrassing. Like, the whole running up and screaming, oh, that's like making a scene. That's kind of embarrassing. Oh. My first ever date, I was 13 years old, and me and my ex-boyfriend, we went to the cinema and we kissed each other in the cinema where it was dark, which was so romantic. That's cute. 13. Actually, I was going to say that's quite young, but it's really not that young. It is still cool. I know a lot of people have first dates around that age. And cinema's like appropriate, I feel, for like 13-year-olds. I personally don't think I'd ever have a first date at a cinema because I feel like my first date, I'd rather do an activity where you can talk to the other person more. As when you're watching a movie, you're more focused on the movie. Well, clearly you guys weren't because you kissed. I started talking to this kid who I was going to go to homecoming with. Him and I were super close. Can someone please explain to me like the whole homecoming and the dances in America? Because here we don't have that and I always get so confused, even though I like watch TV shows that have it and I hear stories. I'm like, when does it happen? Is homecoming a whole year, like every year of high school, or is it? I want to know about it. I started talking to this kid who I was going to go to homecoming with. Him and I were super close. We'd go to school early together. He would carry my stuff when I had crutches. We'd walk to every class together even though we only had one together. We had never officially said we were dating, but everyone assumed we were. After a little while, he started to get weird, even calling me mummy. Oh my gosh, if a guy ever called me mummy, I would break up with them straight away. I would like stop talking to them. That's not for me, which was very uncomfortable. I ended up letting him know I don't want to go to homecoming with him anymore. He asked someone else to homecoming immediately. Glad I dodged a bullet. Yeah, the fact he asked someone else immediately is a bit of a red flag. The carrying your stuff when you were on crutches, again, kind of human decency. But yeah, the fact he asked someone else immediately, yeah, such a red flag there. And he sounds like a bit of a weird one. Really had a crush on someone to distract me from the person I truly liked. Like, did you like pretend that you liked someone else to your friends when you liked another person? Can't really pretend to yourself because you always know, so you can only pretend to other people. I had a crush on someone when I was in middle school. I liked him. I snuck out of the house without telling my mum. I was 12. You were 12 and sneaking out of the house? How? I went to eat somewhere with him and his family and I didn't realise it was secretly a date. I thought it was just a hangout and his mum wanted me to kiss him. Wait, his mum wanted you to kiss him when you were 12? What? That's bizarre. Like, really bizarre. Didn't because I got scared. His mum's really weird for saying she wanted you to kiss him at 12 years old. Also, the fact he was sneaking out at 12. Oh my gosh. At 12 years old, I was going to say playing with Barbies, but I definitely wasn't playing with Barbies at 12 years old. But I would have been so, like, even now, well, I'm 19, I'm fully grown, I don't need to sneak out anywhere. But I would have been terrified. I would have been like scared I was going to get like haywarded or something. Oh my gosh. So I've never been on a date or talked to anyone or anything, but I did like this boy for 3 years. Again, 3 years is a long time. How are you guys liking people for so long and not acting on it? Like, and I've gone to school with him since preschool, but now we're at different schools and I don't think he remembers like this. Damn, unlucky. Also, any tips for talking to boys, because I literally cannot. Asking the wrong person, I don't know, like search it up. I wish I could give you some, but yeah, wrong person here. I talked to a 24-year-old guy for almost 2 weeks. He asked me to go to a dinner at a romantic restaurant and I went. He was beautiful and I was really excited because he said all the time in the message that I was the woman he always dreamed of. Oh my gosh. Arriving at dinner, he was accompanied by an older looking woman. It was his mum. He took his mum to dinner because his mum said she needed to see me in person to see if I would be a good woman for her baby. First date, that's a bit like eventually I get meeting the parents, but first date probably isn't the right time, especially at 24 years old. I swear it was the first thing that was said to me when I arrived. Not even like a hi, hello. Left right away. When I got home, I saw that I had several messages coming from an unknown number. It was his mummy. She cursed me saying that I would never be her son's wife. I said, thank God. I feel like he dodged a bullet there because I feel like there's no need to meet the parents on the first date. You can meet them eventually. I think if the relationship's going to be serious, especially when you're 24 years old and you're fully grown. I understand maybe if you're a little bit younger, like in your teen, like 16, like under 18. But it's 24 years old. I don't think there's a need for to meet like his mum on the first date. Obviously, she cares about her son, but on the first date, it's really not necessary in my opinion. His parents were there. That's all you need to know. Well, that is all the confessions that got sent in. I don't know how this video will turn out. I hope it's good. I feel like I'm kind of awkward reading confessions and reacting just by myself. I still need to get used to, like, I love filming, but I still need to get used to it, like talking out loud what I think. But this was such a fun video, and thank you to everyone who sent in the confessions. I might do more of these in the future. If you want me to do more in the future, let me know. One was obviously only like romantic/date stories because I wanted to do something for Valentine's Day. If you're doing anything for Valentine's Day, I hope you have the best time. If not, I still hope you have an amazing day. And thank you if you've watched this far. If you've watched this far, comment word rose. Comment the word rose, I guess, because that's like associated with Valentine's, I guess. And let me know what videos you guys want to see from me in the future. Thank you. Bye.